I'm the best around.
Facebook?
Yeah, because we stream live on that.
On my Facebook? On my phone.
Yeah, go to your Facebook and then go to Cognac Confessionals.
What's happening? And roll like a cinnamon bun. Real wide. Going to go. As I still rise. You scrunching it up. You start fucking it up. Too big for you. Sit down on it.
No, you should have typed some words.
Oh, well, you know.
It's like I'm live right now or something.
What's happening, world? Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Cognac Confessionals. I'm your host, Deshaun, here at Where Media Meets Studios, in conjunction with VJ TV, Feral Films, History in the Making Entertainment, Keep It Cloudy Productions. It's a beautiful Friday. Got a great show lined up for y'all tonight. You know, as always, we keeps it rolling, we keeps it moving. I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves as usual. Started with my esteemed co-host.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, man, Pharaoh the Most, aka the epitome of Islam.
Yeah. D.
It's your boy Dino Brown, entertainer, coming to you live from a secret location with all my brothers in the building, and I'm just happy to be here.
That's what's up.
Man.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? I'm Slim P, book writer. I entered the world of writing scripts for movies by the influence of Pharaoh.
Hey.
He influenced me a lot to do this, so now I'm doing it. I got a movie coming out called Forced to the Streets, The Bag. It will be coming to you soon.
A lot of top players in that too, man. Y'all really be on the lookout, man.
That's what's up.
Gonna really sock it to your pocket like a rocket with that one.
Alright. So how you brothers' week been? What's happening with y'all, man? Everything been good in your lives?
Nah, I've been bitterly disappointed at how our black folks been conducting themselves.
Oh, the ignorance is out?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the ignorance is out. Ignorance is on the clearance rack. That shit don't sell.
You know, but I'm torn though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because this is where I'm torn at though, right? Like, for instance, somebody called this to my attention.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like, right now I got 3 nephews, right?
Okay.
2 of my nephews is in college. They went to the military. They're really doing big things in their life, right?
Okay.
One of my nephews is in year 18 of a 60-year sentence, right?
Hey.
Which nephew do you think I fuck with the toughest? Which one am I bonded with? Which one do I communicate with? The one who's fully all in on the destructive lifestyle, and that's just sometimes what we be drawn to. Like, for instance, people could tell you all about this girl that rap, Jean Grey and all them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I be slapping Sexy Red. And she's, I hate to say it, I love the sister and all that, you know what I'm saying? And I like her style, she entertains me.
Mm-hmm.
But man, she's the epitome of the ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily the ghetto, the gutter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And people will say, you know, there's more talented women out there, but if I'm not listening to Suki, when it comes to females, if I'm not listening to Suki Red, I'm probably going to be listening to Ice Spice or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
All them deep, conscious sisters with the hair wraps and all that,
Yeah.
the shit don't appeal to me.
Oh, man. We got.
Yeah, I feel where you're coming from with that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because it goes back to the biblical days. Jesus chose a bunch of
Esau?
gangsters.
Caesar Borgia?
Jesus Christ, man.
Caesar Borgia.
Okay.
You know the funny thing about that is my mom used to run with Sam Cooke, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she said this, people used to always talk about how stylish she was and
Mm-hmm.
graceful the suit, right? She's like, that was all image. He said the Queen of England could be in a room, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Sam was gonna end up off in the corner with a $2 hoe.
Damn.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So even though he had the nice smile, he came from church and he had this image even to this day of, you know, the classy Sam Cooke.
That's
Right.
If it wasn't some gutter shit,
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't fucking with it. That's how he ended up dying in a hotel on Figueroa. Like, that was,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and that's just sometimes And I don't know why it is, but some of us are just drawn
Yeah,
to the most gutter shit.
yeah, I understand.
You know?
that.
Yeah, I think that it's a very, very important topic today because I'm drawn between supporting music that has inspiration, encouragement, and is pushing our culture forward, and stuff that's gonna make me
Yeah,
Make it hip hop.
yeah,
Hip
because
hop with the
because
boogie.
oftentimes what they found out how to do is to capture my attention, and I'm speaking for me, with the beats.
Oh yeah.
When I was a youth, it was more about lyrical ability,
Oh, yeah.
talent, substance. Whereas now, I feel like I respect those that are in the music game because they're trying to find a way to feed their families and themselves.
Right.
But I just see the difference.
Okay.
And I think that ultimately, I need to personally make sure I also or support the majority of people that have something positive to say, because the more I support something, then the more it gets wings, and then the more the culture sees that as what's cool, and that's the direction the culture follows.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man. I feel that. You know?
And like you said, the thing about the beat, because that's nowadays the first thing is you listen to a song, if the beat ain't slapping, skip. But it's just like back in the days in the music industry, if you was trying to get put on or have a record label sign you or even show interest in you,
Yeah.
you had to catch their attention within the first
The
four
first couple of
clicks.
seconds.
That's right.
If you
First
didn't
couple of
catch it in the
seconds.
first couple of clicks,
Right.
Right.
next.
Yeah. And they could be losing out on something really great.
Yeah.
You know, that's why it's good to have patience. You know, but patience is like, it can create an attitude.
But
But
can
you know,
can you have patience when you have when you engaged in commerce? Because like you said, the music industry folks, they not there for the art. They're there for the commerce. And I remember they told us that they literally just signed us to our first deal on just based on potential. But that was the first words, like, man, y'all got these long ass intros to the songs. No one is going to sit there and listen to these long ass intros.
This
You gotta
ain't,
get
this
right
ain't,
to
yeah,
it.
this ain't the 70s.
Right.
Yeah.
nah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where I you know, what's his name? Isaac Hayes.
Yeah.
It might be 3 minutes
Mm-hmm.
of groove before a motherfucker even say But you was cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Even James Brown, he make up a word.
Right. Earth, Wind, and Fire. The reasons. That shit take hella long before they start.
Yeah. Hey, it's damn near full orchestra before you even get to one. No.
Right.
Hey, you can't forget the Maestro Barry White.
Oh, yeah.
I think that also speaks to today's society, because we used to have quality in music. It wasn't just about a producer and a rapper. It was about instrumentation. It was about the perfection and stability of sound. It was about having a song that was perfected so that when it was played, no matter where, in the car, on the radio, in the club, it was going to have a quality sound. Whereas now, today's society is so microwavable. We want things instant gratification.
Yes.
And with the TikTok influx and all of these things that are very short, people have understood, that are at the top, that people's attention span has grown shorter and shorter because everything is so fast. It's really like a quick commercial and then it's gone.
And then a lot of that too is also, you gotta remember, when we were kids in elementary, you had band and you had all that type of stuff.
True.
So a lot of people grew up at least playing one instrument, or at least being vaguely familiar with it. And now you literally have people jumping into the music business.
Right.
The music business,
Right.
who have no musical background. They just managed to spit some beats. One cat managed to figure out how to loop it on the computer, and now it's music, but you got people who aren't
Musically inclined.
exactly, and they don't have maybe the love and respect for the art form that they in, so they not even attempting to push out any content that would be artistic. It's just all about how many views can this get on TikTok,
Right.
how much money can this make.
Exactly.
And not to say that cats was just all altruistic back in the days, but at least there seemed to be a little bit more artistry
Of course.
in the art.
Of course. And
So
people
camouflage.
people
Lodge.
people go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, we just yelling lodge.
Yeah. People would boo you. And people would throw rotten tomatoes.
Yeah.
Remember the Apollo? It was about talent.
Yeah.
Now everything, in my humble opinion, it's gone from artistic nature that's supported based on talent has transformed into artistic nature that's supported through popularity. You have the auto-tune. You don't really even have to be a singer. They'll just put you in there and put the little voice box
just
on
carry,
you.
if you someone carry the note.
And you just get in there and do whatever. There's not a lot of written. You know, it was a process.
Right.
And it is, and I'm not mad at today's culture of music per se, because there's an evolution for everything. But I'm waiting for it to come back full circle when the people of today have had an opportunity to learn about the origins of music and what it took to make a good song. It wasn't just punching in, it was writing out a
gotta
thought
be a
process that
storyteller.
was organized,
Right.
It's like record labels back in the day. They had A&Rs for artist development, and you couldn't put out. And remember, back in the day, it took an album a year to be made at a
It
minimum.
sure did. Yeah.
Because man, we'll go over there to
Now,
the studio and spend
shit,
8
20
hours.
minutes.
I can make an
8
album.
hours doing the hi-hats.
I can
One day.
tonight. I can go in, and throw that shit up in the cloud,
That's
Right.
how, that's how
and
Tupac
nothing
was
wrong with
doing.
that. That's like you said.
Tupac used to make like
Yeah,
25, 30
But-
songs a night.
here's where the problem comes in. Like recently, maybe about a year ago, when Ice Spice kind of first blew up, I think they had her at Rolling Loud or whatever, right? And she went up there and literally bombed. And a lot of people was clowning. For me being the vet of the game, I knew what the problem was and why she was up there so awkward. She didn't spend 2-3 years as somebody's opening act,
Right.
touring through the Chitlin
The
circuit.
Chitlin circuit,
She
yeah.
ain't perform in the Gold Lounge in Mobile, Alabama. She ain't performed over here in Raleigh, North Carolina. She ain't learned how to control a crowd, how to entertain, how to connect,
Right.
and spent
be
2-3
an
years
MC,
polishing.
master of ceremony.
Suddenly her shit blew up on TikTok, and now she's in a fucking stadium
Right.
Right.
with
From 0 to 60.
30,000 people.
That's a
Like when
great
you
point.
mentioned Earth, Wind, and Fire earlier, right? Earth, Wind, and Fire probably spent 5 years on the road perfecting their craft before the world saw them. So when the world saw Earth, Wind, and Fire, you saw some polished cats up there that knew
Come on
to
now.
call and respond. They knew how to work a crowd.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
She literally probably went from her bedroom to the studio to a fucking arena.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And now she's sitting up there looking stupid and people are clowning her.
Right.
And a good A&R would have already had her on the road. I remember back in the days, Rocker remember this, back when Def Jam had Onyx and what was the chick? Boss.
Oh yeah, yeah. AMG sister. Yeah.
Def Jam literally sent Onyx and her on a promo tour performing in small venues for like literally a year
Wow.
before they dropped the first single.
Right.
Right.
They came to Frisco to I want to say One Up or the Stone or whatever over there, whatever the spot was right after the Palladium.
Yeah.
I think in the course of a year they came there about 3 times before you ever heard the single. So by the time when the world saw them on MTV and they up there at the MTV Spring Jam, there's 10,000 people. They were some stone polished professionals. So you got to bring them A&Rs back.
Yeah, because the A&Rs brought the A&D. which is artist development.
Right.
They had things that they used to endure, just like shout out to Malika Ubaka, one of my
That's
dear
the homie.
friends. Yeah,
We went to junior high with her.
Yeah, we
That's the homie.
yeah,
Roosevelt.
we went to the prom together, and then the next thing I know, I'm on a E40 music video with Tupac, and she's on Making the Band with P. Diddy.
Yeah.
And that was like some of the last that I remember where they actually had artist development, where they teach them dance routines, where they give them vocal training, where they give them training in terms of how to deal with media and stuff like that, photo shoots. Now it's kind of like you build your own platform or get a buzz wherever you are, go viral one time, and then the next week, like Pharaoh says, you thrust in the lion's den.
Right.
And that's a dangerous place.
Yeah, you literally, can you imagine trying to do an arena
Right.
and you ain't never rocked hole in the wall clubs?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why Lady Gaga is so successful. Because the first time I ever saw Lady Gaga, I was in a club in Hollywood, and they stopped the music and brought her up, and people was pissed the fuck off.
Really?
It's like, we're partying. You got this random chick up here,
Right.
up here performing. And no, she wasn't signed to Akon. That was a myth. She was signed to this dude named Troy Carter, who used to work with Will Smith now. He had actually got fired by Will Smith. And all he had was Lady Gaga.
Right.
And he went to the boy Vince that was married to Tamar Braxton.
Yeah, Big Vince, right. Shout out to Vince.
And Vince negotiated a deal with Interscope for her, but the deal was almost a favor. Like, Vince, you come produce some artists, yeah, we'll give this Gaga chicken. But then once they had it, they didn't know what to do with her. So Troy put her in the car and drove her across America to hole in the walls and regular clubs and would convince people, like, stop the music. Have her stand on the bar and perform. And
was that successful?
well, yeah, because
That's where she got her break at.
So you cut your teeth.
But one of the things that was successful because, and they tried to break her at black radio first. That was the purpose of Akon, like how they did with Pink
Right.
and Christina Aguilera.
What about Britney Spears?
Yeah, but the thing is that Gaga didn't break at black radio.
Right.
Some kind of way, a couple white DJs started spinning that Let's Dance, and the shit went to the atmosphere. But the reason why Lady Gaga is such a polished performer is that she really was on the She was a skinny white girl performing in front of black folks all across America. So she learned.
She had heart.
She had
heart.
She went through the tough crowds.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. She literally was performing in front of crowds that was like, why the fuck y'all stop the music? What the fuck is this?
Right.
So now you got to overcome that. But now, when she did get to that arena status, people were like, oh, she's such a captivating performer because she was polished.
Right.
They taking these young sisters, though, and they just throwing them out there.
Yeah. Well, speaking of throwing them out there, I want to give a shout out to Pharaoh. I want to give a shout out to my guy, Cognac Confessionals. We are all working diligently in some film projects and other things in the Bay Area, giving people an opportunity, sometimes first time, sometimes repeat offenders, but in a positive way. And I had the pleasure to work with both these gentlemen on a couple of projects that you could look forward to seeing in the near future. And I want to encourage everyone that everything doesn't have to happen in Atlanta. Everything doesn't have to happen in New York. Everything doesn't have to happen in Hollywood or Los Angeles. We are very, very talented, and we have a pool here in the Bay Area that has a wealth of talent that just needs to be cultivated. And I'm very, very proud to be with these gentlemen and taking steps to do that.
Appreciate
So let me
it.
ask you a question.
Me too.
Why do you feel that there's been a lapse so far, that this hasn't taken root prior?
I think because in terms of the Bay Area, San Francisco is the primary force in terms of monetary fitness. You have the Oakland port, which brings in money, but that has nothing to do with entertainment. Any type of real entertainment would come through San Francisco, and San Francisco is more of a tourist attraction, For the most part, it's not really the entertainment capital, because a lot of that has been farmed to Los Angeles and Hollywood, where the cost of living is much cheaper. It's much cheaper to survive and to be artsy. You can't really be artsy in San Francisco. Where you gonna live? How you gonna have a artsy type of lifestyle if you don't have a jobby job and they want $18,500 a month for a half a studio apartment, and you sleeping on a blow up mattress that you got to fold in half to fit in there. Yeah. So I think that I think that a lot of things that people invest in here in the Bay Area previously to bring light and to bring shine here, we don't have the wealth of support to rally behind our troops like we need to. Everybody else wants to be a Mr. Me Too instead of rallying behind one or two or three people, boosting them up and making them powerful enough to then bring everybody else up. Everybody wants to fight and bicker and tear each other down before it even gets pushed off the ground.
Thanks.
So I think that it's a new. What I want to say is there was an old Oakland. I was from there.
Yeah.
All three of you was from there.
Me too, yeah.
There was a new Oakland, and that's right now. That's
now.
about to be over with. The bipping the windows, the robbing the old ladies, all of that type of stuff. It's a proud Oakland on the resurgence right now. And we at the forefront of this movement. And we ready for that next level.
Right. I agree with you on that 100%. I think one of the problems, because we all know the Bay is big. The Bay influences everywhere. And I'm not knocking no other region or nothing when I say this, but there's no part of y'all shit that don't come from our shit.
Right.
And I'd say that respectfully, humbly, cocky.
So I gotta tell you, no trends from Milwaukee.
You know, but the thing about it is we don't get behind each other like we should.
Exactly.
We support everybody else in their shit and do their shit and blow up, but people need to stand behind and support each other here, homegrown, solid.
That's right.
No bullshit, no petty shit.
Right.
I've always said this. If we a sports organization, and I'm gonna use basketball as the prime example, right?
Right.
We the basketball organization. We the Warriors.
Dynasty. You, Justin.
You know, if we win the championship, the towel boy gets a ring.
Right.
The people on the dance team get a ring.
That's right.
I have a family member that's on the Warriors dance squad. They got a championship ring, a real one, not no replica shit.
The real deal.
The real deal.
Got a real ring.
Yeah.
Right.
That's organizational shit.
Right.
But we want to fight everybody. You know what? There's a saying that says, "Be careful for who you let in your circle."
Yeah.
Right.
Because some people will sink the whole ship just because they can't be the captain.
Exactly.
Hello.
Yep.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna sink the ship, but I ain't gonna lie. Deep in my heart, I want to be Steph Curry. I don't want to be part of the crowd. I don't want to be part of the organization. I mean, I want to win, though, so if I can't be Steph, I ain't going to sabotage. I'm going to push forward, but I do want to be Steph. And if everybody want to get behind somebody, I'm going to say, well, everybody get behind me, man.
That's the problem.
You know?
And I support that because somebody has to step up to do it.
We got to keep it 100.
Hey, somebody has to step up to do it. And if they have the capacity and capability to do it, then no matter if they're the best
That's
at
the
it,
key part.
support them regardless.
The
Because
capabilities.
eventually,
Because there's a lot of cats that's trying to be up front that's completely delusional. But here's the thing.
come on now.
You know a movie I watch every week, at least once a week?
Which one?
Is the Eddie Murphy Dolomite movie, right?
The new one. The remake?
Yeah, and how
Shout out to
But remember how
Linnell.
Wesley Snipes would be like, man, what planet is this cat? Oh, man, he think he could be some type of kung fu sex symbol like that clowny. And Rudy Ray Moore was completely I mean, he'd be in there having nude scenes, all flabby and shit, doing karate and couldn't get his knee up.
Right.
So it was delusional for Rudy Ray Moore to be like, let me be up front doing the damn thing. And I'm pretty sure they had some old elder bar. It was a savage. I'm pretty sure they had some preach young blood looking cat to be like, oh no, blood, fall back and let him be the star. That way we go win.
Right.
So
I get it.
even if a person ain't quite capable, delusion and actual hustle will take you further than actual ability.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of shit that go on out here. I've been seeing niggas going platinum that if they would have came to me with that shit, I would have been like, nah, dog.
That ain't it.
UPS is hiring. And then they go out and go platinum with the shit. And I be sitting there like, and I'm bold enough to admit, I sometimes see shit that's winning. And I be like, whoo, good thing them niggas didn't talk to me first. They would have never blew. I'm about to discourage that shit.
The formula today, though, is repetition.
Right.
I noticed that the most trash song that we all start off feeling, just like my brother Pharaoh said. 2 weeks later, after we done heard it 478 times, 3 times an hour on the radio, we find ourselves subliminally singing along.
Exactly.
It's
My
just
booty hole
repetition.
brown.
You know? Right. Come on, man. Oh, my God.
I was like,
Wow.
I heard that shit. I was like, I laughed the first time I heard it.
I thought it was
But
a
then I
joke.
was like,
I thought it was a skit.
You
I
did
did
start really listening.
you know, I be
Yeah, I
trying.
know, it's scary.
When you really listen to
I'm
it,
gonna
that's when you
I'm gonna
get
drop a
yourself
skit
together.
album, dude.
They talking about Pound
But
Town,
then fuck
dog.
around and blow.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a skit album. I mean, you know,
You being funny and then fuck around and blow, and now you stuck in this character.
Right.
Because we be fucking around, and, you know, I be joking and shit. I be redoing songs and shit, and I
Yeah.
and I just be doing it just to fuck around. But I'm like,
Right.
and I ain't trying to say I'm trying to get big and make no money, but I just be joking and bullshitting.
Okay, well,
on
I'm
the floor.
saying I'm trying to get big and make money. So while he joking and bullshitting,
No,
if he say
we
some of
gonna
that shit
come.
to me,
We gonna
and
do
I
it.
hear it, and I think it's gonna blow, I'm gonna tell him, hey man, that's something
gonna
that's
do
gonna
it.
blow. And when it blow,
gonna
I
do
just
it.
want a little piece.
We gonna do it.
Just give me a little piece.
Like a
piece.
Trinidad James or something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Anybody can make it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Anybody can make it. If you have something catchy,
That's the
have a
man
nice
thing.
beat, and you get an audience or it go viral, you find a way to push it to a wide audience,
Right.
you gonna go.
Yeah.
And it only take that one. That's the thing. It's
only
only
take
that
that
one.
one.
I
That
just
one.
say, just keep
Yep.
your personal life mysterious, so that way when you want to, when you trapped into that character, you can then step back and live a normal life. You know,
Right.
Right.
And you ain't got to be 5 years from now. You got to still be playing
Exactly.
this character that you was really just
I got my alter
sending
ego.
out there. You was
got
sending that
Shine,
character
you got
out there to
Cognac,
get your
you got
money.
Captain Charisma,
Now
you
you
got
stuck.
Show You Right.
Right.
You'll never meet all my alter egos. You'll never meet all of us at the same time.
Okay, so now what y'all saying is if I want to get that catchy stuff going, I should probably change my name to Left Blurry or something like that. So then when I get off of that, I can come back to being myself. And people don't. You know who was a mastermind and really wasn't doing that? What's the little short dude name right now? He was Young Berg.
Oh yeah,
Young
that
Berg
Hitmaker.
changed himself into Hitmaker and went. He's
Straight
out
to
of
the top.
there.
He left
He's
rapping
the
alone
new
and
Dre
focused
right
on-
now.
Yeah.
He's the new Dre right now. You gotta go through him, and he getting paper.
I don't know if y'all familiar, but there was this cat, I think he was out of Berkeley, and he was calling himself Hundreds. And he had this song, Life of a Mac, and it was just some cold player shit, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I couldn't find the
What?
nigga no more. I mentioned to my young partner, said, what happened to that young player they called Hundreds, this and that, right?
Yeah.
He said, man, check this out. Dude done changed his name to Costacchio or something like that.
Mhm.
And he doing a bad imitation of Prince now with the long perm, right? And I'm sitting there like, where the players shit at? He's like, nah, this is how the nigga always was. He just couldn't get on doing this
Being him.
rapping Prince.
Right.
And since he had the long hair, he flat ironed this shit and started being super player.
Saying I'm luxurious.
And then he tried to switch back to his real self. And you got niggas like me like, I don't know nothing about that shit over there.
Right.
You gotta bring it back to you can't bring it back to the player shit because
You seen that other shit?
I seen the real you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we seen the real.
Yeah, he went from looking like a boss Mac to
somebody else.
like damn near a gender change up. I'm trying to find the right words so I don't offend nobody.
I see you stack that over.
Right. That's the one crowd we never ever want to offend. I don't care what you do.
Plus, I don't want to offend them because I believe in living. I believe in let live and let live.
The peoples that race starts with the J. Don't get Kanye West out here. And the peoples whose race rhymes with J.
Yeah.
You don't want to offend them.
Identify
They'll
how you
cancel your whole culture.
Yeah,
man.
plus I'm a firm believer in live and let live. I ain't opposed to you. I just
do what you
by
do.
my age group and everything like that, I got a certain way of speaking and this and that, and I do aware that some of the terms we grew up using, some of the things we say,
Yes.
will be taken offensively, even though there's no offense intended. Like I remember, if somebody was acting a certain way, you'd be like, "Man, you hella woo woo." But we don't mean it as a negative connotation. In fact, if we went outside and somebody was bashing somebody for that, they got to see me too. Like,
That's
so
a
I ain't
fact.
got no animosity, but that was
just
how
that
we,
culture
that's how we
at
grew
that
up.
time.
That's how we grew up.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you see how they
Speaking
made
of
Jamie
growing
Foxx
up-
apologize.
Look, speaking of growing up talking,
Yeah.
the newest film project that you have completed. We all want to go out and support that. Which where can that be supported at? Is it someplace it can be supported?
Wednesday, September 20th,
Hello.
Yes.
at Tommy T's,
Tommy T.
legendary Tommy T's nightclub
In Pleasanton, California.
in Pleasanton, California.
That's right.
I will be having a special
Double feature.
sneak screening. And
Sneak.
then right after that,
Yeah.
it will be available on all streaming platforms. I think it's gonna go live on like Tubi and all that type of stuff at the beginning of October.
But we're
also-
gonna stick with the beginning. Tommy T's on
Wednesday, September
September
20th.
20th.
But I also
Wednesday,
got another
September
special treat
20th.
for
You
y'all.
heard it here
Doors
first,
open
and
at
he's got a
6.
whole nother treat. Doors open at 6,
Show
and that's the
started at
place we
7.
gonna meet. The doors open at 6. The show starts at 7. September
20th.
20th.
And
Hosted
for
by-
Halloween,
For Halloween.
it'll be the worldwide streaming debut of the biggest film we've done, which is called Vampires in Oakland.
Vampires in Oakland, baby.
All right.
You heard it here first. See, we here to drop the big news on you. We're not here to abuse on you. We here to drop the big news on you. It's a lot of positive things going on in our land.
Then for
We
Christmas,
have-
we debut in Force to the Streets.
And then for
I'm right
New
here,
Year's,
baby.
and then for New Year's, I'm about to become a stripper. My stripper name is gonna be Baby Oil. Ladies, show up with your rolls of quarters.
Don't get this
It's
nigga
going
started.
crazy.
You see, he was warming up.
Ah!
He was warming up.
He said, "Hey man,
Damn, back in
He
the
said, hold it up, boy.
oh,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Ain't chunking deals, man.
Hey, but on another note,
Yes.
as y'all seen, y'all see that epic news is going on in Alameda County.
Oh,
They is really about to snatch the DA
Pamela Price.
out of the office. Y'all see
I
that?
seen there. They
I
trying
saw
to do
that.
a recall. So here's the thing. One, my executive corporate job, we supported her, and she had her meetings at my office. Yeah, I am that guy.
That guy.
But
So y'all
her,
support the progressive agenda?
I think what it is you got a lot of bunch of backwards hating shit going on. But at the same time, I do understand the frustration of people. But what's happening is, and this is just my humble opinion, you have a sister who's watched this system abuse black, brown, non-white people forever.
Forever.
Okay.
And she doesn't want to be, she's trying to change that.
Of course.
Now, at the same time, which I'm with that. At the same time, you catch us out there doing this dumb shit.
Right.
Y'all fucking it up. You fucking with the church's money, and I don't go to church. Oh, here we go, Keish. Yeah, here we go. Exactly. Here we go.
I mean, and then when a lady does those type of things, then they want to blame everybody's problems all over the city on that person because they really are trying their best to come. First of all, they've stepped into a situation that's very desolate already. So there's only so much that they can accomplish from year to year to year, and they're trying to do the best they can. But you step into that office, and then you find out it's a zillion people that you gotta please. All the big heads of the churches, all the other representatives, all the city councils, each district within your city. Oh, we got a pothole over here. It took her 2 months. She don't have nothing to do with that. So they try, just like they doing with Mayor London Breed over in San Francisco.
Shout out to London Breed.
Hey, all of the problems in San Francisco, they're now trying to blame on the African American female mayor. But they don't want to say what the statistics were before she came, and they didn't want to say that they've had an outbreak of what's the new? It's not crystal meth. Fentanyl. If fentanyl come to your city, be prepared for New Jack City.
I pray London Breed ends up in Congress. But a lot of people, in regards to D.A. Price, though, is a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but there's some people in the know who are saying, don't be fooled by the facade. A lot of people are saying that there's some real corruption going on with her.
For real?
Right?
With who?
With Price. And one of the things is like, let's say Slim got 60 years, right? And Slim people done gave me some money, right? I can't just go overturn or reopen Slim case. It'll be too obvious. So I go over here and pretend like I'm for all this restorative justice, for all this, and I bring all these people in and say we need to review these cases, this and that, whoop-de-whoop, and I'm for justice. I'm looking good, and then I slide Slim in there.
Yeah.
And some people might be like, wait a minute, Slim for real did that. Why is Slim in here doing this? And I'm like, hold on, y'all trying to stop justice.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
It's
just
like
like
politics.
when George Bush left
though.
office, right? When George Bush left office, the day he left office, he slid in a whole bunch of pardons. And one of the pardons was John Forte.
If you became mayor tomorrow, what would be your first? And I want to hear from all three of my brothers. If you became mayor tomorrow, what would be your single, not multi? What would be your single most important thing that you would want to accomplish within a year's time?
I would make a list of
one most important.
The most important thing would be to stop the street robberies. Do whatever I gotta do to do that, because there's people out here because the bipping culture has evolved into where cats is now bipping cars with motherfuckers in them.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
They bipping cars in front of people. Like, people are standing right there, they pulling up, and one cat point a gun at you, and they bust your windows out, this and that. That's going to start escalating into a lot of innocent people getting killed. And don't get me wrong, I understand the concept of cats is hustling, cats is strung out on these perks, they strung out on various things, so they gotta get it. So I understand that. And I understand that a lot of the cats that's doing this bipping lifestyle is really cats who need help. Or they need something to do. Right? So I understand that. So I don't want to demonize them.
No, I want to demonize the shit out of them.
I don't want to demonize
but that's a
them.
great topic.
But I got to be more concerned about the grandma at Shell gas station.
That's right.
Who might get hurt. Then I'm concerned about the young brother. I want him to have chances and opportunities, right?
Yeah, but
if push comes to shove, at this point, I got to be more worried about her.
That's right.
You know?
Now, I'm going to go last.
Come on, Slim. If you became mayor tomorrow, what would be your first and what would be the number one thing you would want to change or improve, and the first thing you would start like changing over a year's period of time?
Cognac Confessionals, hosted by Dino.
Me myself, I would take and clean the streets up for the homeless.
So getting the homeless,
all of them off the street.
Okay.
I disagree with Keisha.
Okay.
I get them all off the street, man, because that's where it starts from. You know what I'm saying? That's where violence starts from. These people are sleeping outside.
Yeah.
So by them sleeping outside, they living in danger. We living in danger too, but they living in more danger than we is because they're outside.
Right.
You know, and they eating whatever they can eat. So if I sweep all that up, then they will encourage the next people because they will become loyal to me.
Right. So you feel like by assisting the homeless with housing, it would also piggyback with my brother Farrell was saying by decreasing crime because now they have housing, they're not as desperate.
Exactly.
Nice. You know it's your turn, Jack.
Okay. Now,
Here you go. Here you go.
as mayor, even I've said this, and even if I become president, the first thing I'm gonna do is find out who the fuck keeping Arby's in business. Because whoever keeping Arby's in business, that's who all these bippers is doing. They bipping shit and going to fucking Arby's. Because Arby's is trash.
I've been
So
seeing
whoever the
Arby's
fuck
commercials, and we don't even
is
have an
keeping
Arby's.
Arby's in business, that's a crime. So fuck that. That's the first crime. Fuck that. Whoever the fuck is keeping Arby's in business, you
That's the
motherfuckers
first thing
need to
you
be
gonna
brought
do
up
is
on
out-
all charges.
He's gonna outlaw
Well, I mean,
Arby's
obviously-
in the city limits.
Well, I mean, no. Obviously,
Is that what he's saying?
obviously, whoever's behind that has some agenda.
I'm
They
just
need to
saying,
be
yeah,
exposed.
whoever the fuck is keeping Arby's in business, we need to have a conversation.
And I want to
I
address
need to
something.
understand putting a motorium
Oh,
on all
man.
Arby's. There will be no Arby's open after 9 a.m. ever anywhere. I don't give a fuck.
Keisha-
No, I'm just joking.
Keisha,
But-
one of our good listeners, said it's no accountability within the black race. And I actually disagree on that. Just like when people get shot, or police shoot somebody and the protesters come up and people say, oh, what about black on black crime, this and that, right? As if there isn't anti-violence marches, as there isn't things like,
All that
there is
shit is a
accountability,
distraction.
but the accountability doesn't get, there's plenty of accountability within the black race. We hold each other accountable for a lot of things. We hold our kids accountable. But there is a certain segment of deviance that go outside the grain.
And I think what Keisha is saying is that the certain level of deviance that has gone outside of the grain
They're not held.
is way too high in percentage
They're
of
not
the
held in-
people
they're not
that
as held
are
as
actually doing the
I agree
right
with her.
thing. It's gotten out of hand. It's out of control.
Yeah.
And there's, in my opinion, there's too much. Now that we're grown, we were raised. Excuse me. I was raised with the NWA lyrics and the this lyrics and the street lyrics
Right.
and all of that. But I'm a civilian. I don't have to live by the street code. And at a certain point, we have to be adults, and we have to hold the people accountable that are doing these crimes.
True that.
And we have to, it doesn't necessarily mean we have to always involve the police, but we do need to police ourselves more. We are allowing things like a lot of people wouldn't have been on their platform and brought it up like my brother did. Like, hey man, you can't be attacking the elderly women and stealing from them and all of that type of stuff.
Right.
We have to hold each other accountable. And we can't keep encouraging foul behavior. It's too much encouraging foul behavior because we want to
turn
be
a blind
popular
eye.
and we want to have friends and we don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers. Well,
Right.
if we hold each other accountable, because if I love these brothers, if I see them getting ready to make a mistake, I don't have to point my finger down and say they're a bad person, but I can say, hey man, I understand how you feeling or what you may be going through.
Right.
But before you do that, just think about it.
Think about
Think
this.
it through.
Yeah.
And I think the
And then
society
you
will
shoot
be a
some
little better.
encouragement words
Yes, sir.
to register for me to start thinking.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes
Right.
sense.
Exactly, because to your point, exactly, I agree with you. What happens is most people, and this is in my opinion and in my observations, don't care too much, and this is not saying all, it's not absolute, but most don't care about the issue until it affects them personally.
Ooh, say that again.
That's it right there.
Say that again.
Look,
I
you
grew
can't
up-
believe he said it.
No, I know.
No, he's.
I know everything, but I know half of something.
That-
But a lot of people, like, I grew up in an era where there's certain shit, there was rules to this shit.
Yeah.
Even if you was
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
There's
There's
rules.
to this shit. You're right.
There's rules and regulations,
Right.
and everything was you was held accountable to your shit.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So if we was outside, and when I say outside, I don't mean just outside in the sun watching bitches twerk and shit. I mean,
Right.
you was outside moving mean, making moves.
Right.
Right.
And the rules was on Sundays, shop closed.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas shop is closed on Sunday.
It's over.
If
Right.
you was making moves on Sunday, you got handled.
Right.
You was held accountable for going against the rules
That's right.
Exactly.
by the majority.
Right.
Fuck the popularity.
Right.
It was it what it was. It was you gonna have some respect and some honor to this
Everybody
shit.
that played that
How
game,
you move.
you got to move accordingly.
It's like you can go to some cities and whatnot when it comes to the outside isms and shit that happens.
Right.
I remember back in the days, no women, no kids.
That's right.
That's what it
Shit
was.
like that.
And elder
It
people,
was
don't leave
respect.
them out.
It was
Elder
different
people.
things that,
Yeah.
and that shit got lost. Of course, the reason why it got lost is not the sole burden of melanated people, because we had a whole heavy load of shit put in our way that broke all that up.
That's right.
Okay.
And the thing is to get back to those days. I'm not saying to be out there moving mean. I'm
Right.
just saying to get back to that militant
More organized.
structure, organized,
Organized.
and caring about everybody.
That's
Because
right.
on my block, if an older lady who lived across the street from me, she lived at her house by herself, and I would go and be like, hey, you take out her garbage, and she
That's
would
it
pay
right
me
there.
to pull her garbage cans out and do whatever and help out. And we got to get back to that essence of taking care of each other
That's a fact.
as a whole.
That's a fact.
Yeah. But
And-
you go ahead.
But today, nobody give a fuck about nobody.
You know,
You can't tell my kid he can't walk on this side of the street or do this and that. Shut the fuck up. That's my kid.
Yeah.
Bitch, he's our kid.
Yeah.
that's the village raising the child, right?
That's a
But
fact.
now the village idiot got the camera
Exactly.
because they went viral. To your point earlier about you don't got no stage presence and now you out there.
Instantly, right. And that's another thing, the viral thing. People dying for popularity so much to the point where I see situations, and this is the biggest, most poignant one I've seen ever. There was a bunch of people traveling in their vehicles on the freeway,
Uh-huh.
and a doggone money truck.
Oh,
The latch broke.
man, I'm out there
And
too.
the doors blew open on the
I be
back of the
praying to
money
God.
truck. Is $100 bills flying all over the freeway.
Damn.
People pulling over, grabbing them, stuffing them in their old
Yes.
school bosom, stuffing them in their pockets, in their purse,
I ain't got no
back
bosom,
pockets,
but I
in
be
their
stuffing them
pants.
too.
I'll be stuffing them too.
But there's people, the person in particular, the reason why I know is because the person's so busy trying to go viral, they sitting there filming
You
the
don't
people,
film
picking
that.
up the money
You helping them.
instead of going to get the money.
Right.
Come on, man.
Exactly.
Where is
I
the
would have
common
damn
sense of the people?
near got ran over trying to get money.
Hey,
Filming it wouldn't even cross my mind.
Come on, man.
Like, I don't want no evidence of this.
What's
Right.
what's that
Right.
movie? Remember that movie with Queen Latifah and what's we calling them? They worked in the shredder, and I'd be like, hey, that truck was going to the shredder.
Right.
That's
Hey.
it. Thank you, God.
Right.
Set it off. I think
Thank
that's
you.
it.
No, not set it off. No,
It's
it was
another one?
yeah.
I came up
Queen
30 bands one
Latifah
time
and,
off one of them trucks.
I can't think of the white act. It was a couple of
Well.
white actresses in there.
Well.
They worked at a job where they were destroying money, because you know money after so long they
At the bank.
shred money and they destroy it.
Right. You can turn in old money.
They
when you go
destroy
to the
it.
bank, I worked at Wells Fargo, right? So to what he's saying
Yeah,
is when you
likewise.
go to the bank,
Right.
when you have certain bills that are tattered and they're old,
Yeah, you
they're
gotta destroy 'em.
collected and then they're destroyed and
'Cause you
replaced
can't-
with new ones.
Right, 'cause
So
you-
that's what they
Oh,
were
okay.
gathering. Like, hey, this still
Yeah,
spending.
it's a felony. You know, it's a felony if you take $100 bill and you burn it.
Yeah.
That's illegal.
Destroying government property.
Right.
Well, it's my property. If I want to burn it, I'm gonna burn it.
You-
But I
you
do
work
want
for
to
that
say,
shit, right? You work
put
for
the
that shit.
damn cameras down.
I ain't never
I
been
see
in
y'all
people
been
in
fucking
fights,
shit
up.
getting robbed, getting beat up, but we so
Yeah.
busy trying to go viral.
Right.
We
They
won't
want the
call the
clicks.
police or we won't call the ambulance even.
They want the
Oh
clicks.
my God! He's been shot 17 times. There's blood all over him. Oh, now he's shaking. Is that an
Right, drop the
asthmatic
phone and help him.
seizure?
Right.
No, he's going in shock.
Everybody
I
want
think
that
he's
thing.
taking his last breath. Bitch, if you don't put the phone down and call for some help, what are
him
you
his-
doing here?
Give him his bitch. You know rescue breathing.
Right.
Exactly.
What happened to CPR? Everybody want to go viral.
Exactly.
But do anybody want to get some money? We want to get some money, man.
We want the money, but everybody want likes. Everybody want, and that, like we talk about the cryptocurrency thing. I'll use that as in reference to likes. Like I got a joke when people get put in Facebook jail and all that. I comment on their page like I'm gonna put some likes on your books.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna put some likes and comments on your
I'm gonna
books.
put some likes on your books because that's the new currency.
That's the new currency, and that's like, to me, I don't want to speak on it either way because it's a lot of people in trouble. The Warriors getting sued behind it, the stadium, I think Shaq even. That's thing. But I was looking at it from the outside in. I'm not telling nobody to do it or don't do it. This is my opinion. I was looking at it like when I was in the barbershop back in the day. Y'all know at one time I did have hair. Fuck you.
Yeah.
But anyway, when I was at the barbershop, they came out with something called
Bitches love milk
the
duds.
pyramid scheme.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that meant you
Friends
put your
helping friends.
friends helping friends.
That's
You
remember
put
that
your
shit?
200 in,
Yeah.
and then everybody else put their 200 in. And when you rise to the top of
When
the
it's your
pyramid,
turn.
it's your turn to
When it's
cash
your
out.
turn, we
Give
gon'
me some
bless
dap
you.
if y'all remember the
We gon'
pyramid
bless
scheme.
Certain
you.
slick
Friends
niggas would
helping
start a
friends.
thing with themselves already on it. So all the new niggas, because niggas
Yeah.
run around
You
trying to get
niggas
on the
under you,
board.
and you'll move up quicker.
Then they start
That's
You
how
give
I
a
look
nigga, you
at
give
the
a nigga
crypto.
a whole. Give a nigga a whole thing filled with just you and your partners, but only the bottom row.
Yeah.
So then all these new niggas come in, they
Right.
cash in.
Right.
Now you cash out with that, and now you tell them you at the top now, and you walk off, and then they can't recruit nobody, and they stuck.
Yeah.
You know,
I
there's a
think
lot of
that's
finesse going on.
I
You
think
can get
that
this
finesse is
residual.
something like the cryptocurrency. I think it's
Yeah.
a little
I
bit like
stay away
that
from it.
pyramid
It's just
thing.
new cash
Put your
coming
money
in.
in here
All
and
these-
put your money in here and the Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You just got to be in the right position when it crashes.
Hey,
Yeah,
Hey.
all these motherfuckers want y'all just. It's all air. It's that cryptocurrency is just like Facebook likes.
So at
right.
the end of the day, man, a lot of people you can't get rich fast on this, but stick to the traditional thing. If you
That's
can
right.
raise
Go
you
out
a
there
few
and work for your
$1,000,
shit.
go get you some type of stand and
Right.
sell you some type of product.
Lemonade.
Go get you a
You said
duplex and
lemonade.
put some money down on the duplex with something. But at the end of the day, stick with. Money is so hard to come by that if you do get ahead of the game, you're trying to invest in something, keep it traditional.
Yeah,
Keep it traditional, slow and steady.
I got
That's
some cool
right.
You know?
investments.
that's right.
Property, and the thing about property, I'll give y'all an ism, something you'll get at 3 in the morning. Having the, like, you know, I can own a apartment complex, a duplex or something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting my residuals from my occupants, you know. But do I own the land?
Right. I
Because
understand.
as long as you don't own the land,
Mhm.
you're always paying property tax, you're always paying land tax, you're always paying taxes. The key is go buy some land. So I drive around and see, you see an empty lot that says land for sale? Hey, like all you cats that's out there that y'all can piece up to go do this bullshit bottle service at the clubs, and I'm not knocking the clubs, because if you willing to pay $400 for a bottle, I can go buy for $70. If you need these Facebook's likes that much to look like you own, more power to you. You's a dummy, and I'm sorry, but ignorance is on sale at
Some
the
of these
clearance
cats
aisle.
spend a G or two every weekend.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
So find you some investments, you know, and
We
instead
can
of
all
some of
come
this
up together
stupid
right
stuff
now.
that we invest in with the Europeans and all of this fancy dancy, I think what they're saying is buy yourself a house before you buy that big car. Have some investment
40
property.
Robbins
Find
said,
some things that you can invest your money in that actually have a return. See,
some
it's
land.
become a real
Don't just get the bill.
consumeristic society, in our culture in particular, make the least amount of money on average,
Man.
but spend the most.
Hey.
And we had to address that and recognize it.
Think
There was a
about it.
time in which the money came in and the money went back right out. No savings, no thought of the future. We have
money-
to have some planning and some. Go ahead, champ.
Yeah, the money, the dollar in the melanated community, from its inception of, I'm at work, I get paid,
That's right.
right?
How much time is that?
It takes less than 5 minutes. That money is gone out of my community.
Man,
Other communities, that money stays in their community a lot longer.
that's right.
In our community, we too got to keep up with the Joneses. We got to have the flyest ride.
Yeah.
We got to have the most bangingest furniture.
Some of the communities, though, it never escapes because
Yeah,
they
it
keep it
stays there
within
forever.
themselves, and they don't
There's-
spend outside money unless
There's
they
one
have
community that owns a lot of shit that they let you borrow money interest free.
Interest free.
Yeah, there's a community.
They're supposed
Listen
to
to
In
me.
the community.
within
Listen
the
to me.
community. It's against
within
the
yeah.
rules of their religion
Yeah.
for them to charge their fellow community members.
they let
interest,
you
but they
borrow
charge
money.
the hell out of everybody else.
They let you borrow,
7% compound
Right.
plus fee.
and you pay me
origination
back
fees.
when you can, because we have a standard.
Yeah.
So it ain't no pressure on paying them back.
But you gonna pay it back.
You gonna pay it back?
Yeah.
I mean, there'll be some community pressure
Yeah.
though if you was to go do some
Yeah,
sideways
you
shit.
get
or
you
some
get moved
janky
you
shit
get moved out the
with
community.
Yeah.
and your family will literally
Be shamed.
denounce you
Yeah. Yeah.
if you do some sideways shit.
Honor.
It's culturally,
The
it's a
handshake
cultural
shit.
thing. It's a cultural thing. Just
Hey, what's
like
the
you
name?
know not to put your
But we too
hands
caught
in
up-
your great grandmother's pots before
Right.
you wash them. It's just natural.
And
So in that community, it works that way.
And stop
what's the
selling
name? What's
grandma
the,
house.
what's the name of them people that
We ain't telling nobody their name. We
Right.
just speaking on
no,
what
I
we
ain't talking
speaking
about
on.
that. I'm talking about the name of these people. They live off the land. Like
The
they don't
Moors?
have,
I mean,
they don't have no stores, and they don't you know they
I'm
don't.
talking about
The
nomads.
What's the name of them?
Talking about nomads.
No, the
Just
ones
travel around?
that have still like the Quakers and
Yeah.
the
Oh, the
ones that
Amish.
have the Amish.
That's
yeah.
the name of them.
You talking about the Amish?
They live off the land.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, how does those people survive without no stores? They don't have.
They
no
do have
cars?
stores.
They don't
They
have
have
stores.
horses and
They,
buggies.
They don't have stores.
they live off the barter and trade system. So that
They keep
means
their
if I
community
have
is
a
tight.
farm
Uh-huh.
and I grow corn and you have cattle
Yeah,
and
the
you
land
provide
doesn't
me
leave out
with
the
milk
community.
and I
Exactly.
give you
So we just
corn.
trade with each
Barter
other.
and trade.
That's a prime example.
Yeah.
And that's no
And-
knock on
and
the
ano-
Amish community.
and
I
another
salute them
Yeah.
on their structure and they ability to stand like telephone poles.
But see, here's the thing: a lot of them
Without
do. A lot of them
telephone
do though work. A lot of them do work.
Yeah.
The thing is that let's see one thing about the Amish. If you ever go to Pennsylvania, where they at,
Uh-huh.
a lot of them work in construction because they are master builders.
Oh,
They
okay,
literally know
okay.
how to build, plumb, do all that type of stuff from little kid age because everybody in the community is expected to work. So
Absolutely.
they, by
Structure.
3 or 4,
Structure. yeah.
literally by the time our kids get to elementary,
Uh-huh.
they're gonna do carpenter. So what some of them do when they become young men, before they get married and everything like that,
12, 13.
well, even a little bit older than that, they go out into the world and they work. They just don't participate in nothing. They don't have no cell phone. They don't
They
watch
don't
no
Right,
TV.
right. No TV.
Now,
They
that's
do
the
go
key.
work, and contractors always want to hire them
Distractions.
because
That's distraction.
because they
yeah.
so locked in. They're not gonna be on Instagram. They're not gonna be, unlike a lot of young people.
Right.
They're not gonna be on no social media. They literally gonna show up and work like a dog for 12 hours, and then
Because-
the money that comes, they give it to the church.
The
Everything.
key is though that
Discipline.
they keep outside influence
Yeah.
out of their community.
Yeah, even if they go into
They
the world,
have
they
their
still stay
culture,
dressed the
They
same.
have their standards and they stick with those.
My
No
dollar-
matter what the outside world is doing, if they want to say all of a
they
sudden
circle is they circle.
your Uchi pink and your booty hole brown, we don't give a damn what y'all got going on.
No
This is how we doing it over here. And
Yeah.
if you want to go and participate in all that other
They
evolution through media and social media and television, then you have to leave. Because they don't want that negative influence, and that's why they're
They
thriving.
actually give you an opportunity to
Distraction.
They've been
did.
around for a long time too.
Oh yeah, their
Like,
distraction.
When you like 18 and
Well,
19,
they don't have the
you get to
distractions.
leave. And then
When you 18,
They don't
yeah,
have
you
the
can leave,
distractions.
right? They tell you, go into the world.
right.
If you like that, stay over there. But if you choose our ways, now you can know that
So
our ways
they
are
will
better.
be accepted back if they leave.
Yeah, yeah.
They dollar stay in
They
their
want you to go
community
see, like,
for
because when you choose this, you
years.
choose this for life. So if you choose this,
There ain't no getting out.
Yeah.
They don't get
you know,
Yeah.
but you also got to know.
They dollars stay in their community for years.
Yeah,
And the melanated, you black people, your dollar is gone within 5 minutes. Their dollar stays in their community for years.
If you go down to Chinatown right now, you got hardware stores in there. You got,
Another one.
A lot of,
years. They dollars stay in their community for years.
and a lot of you young folks, we run around talking about you got to make 100,000, this and that, and trying to go
Right.
get your CDLs and all that. Man, learn a trade and become a contractor. You'll get rich. I recently had a piece of land, and I dealt with. I tried to keep it as with black contractors, and I dealt with 9. Kid, I bullshit y'all not. I dealt with 9 different contractors, and after a year and a half of not even one piece of dirt being overturned, last week I went and had a meeting with a Chinese dude. He gave me the proposal. I'm going to give him the deposit tomorrow.
You didn't hit my guy up.
Who is that?
Well, listen. While he doing that commercial for that Chinese man, it's your boy Dino Brown, entertainer. You
Tell him where
can
you can
find
find
me at Instagram, DENO Brown, like the color, DENO Brown, entertainer, followed by the number 1. Dino Brown Entertainer 1 on Instagram and Dino Brown on Facebook. I appreciate my brothers for having me
Always.
on their platform.
Appreciate you.
Cognac Confessionals. I don't drink nothing but water, but I have to come and drink the fruit of life with my family. So I appreciate y'all for having me. Peace.
Peace.
All right,
Be safe out there, man.
For sure that.
See you Sunday when we film it.
You better know. You better know it.
Yeah.
I might be there.
Okay. So, like you were saying, it's a lot that needs to happen in our community.
Yeah. It's too much jealousy, man.
You got all that. But I'm gonna switch it to. We're gonna get out of here in a sec. But I'm gonna switch it to some
Is
lighthearted.
this the wrong chair?
No.
Must be.
Oh, is it? I'm gonna switch it to some lightheartedness. I want y'all's opinion on some shit,
Talk to me.
So,
and we're gonna roll out on it in a sec. Shout out to Tiffology in the building. What's up, cuz?
Tiffology in the building.
And Tiff, if you want to chime in on this, so I usually, I give 2 shits about celebrity relationship shit.
I got a question.
You know, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Welcome,
step in,
Tiff, in the
man.
building.
Hey, hey.
what's up, T?
Long time resident
Oops, I'm sorry. I had
of the
to-
confessionals.
What?
So
Confess
I
what?
want to. There's no confession. What's up, Duck? Little bruh. Like I was saying.
Excuse me.
Oh, go for it. Yeah, you use that and pour your.
Yeah, I'm
You know what you do. Pour it. Like I said, personally, I can give 2 shits about any celebrity's relationship, what they got going on or whatever, because what they jack don't make me nut. It don't.
You couldn't help it, huh?
I'm just saying.
You couldn't help
I
it.
said I was gonna get lighthearted because we was
Okay.
on some deep shit, and I wanted to bring some. I wanted to lighten it up before we roll because I got a lot of jokes lined up for this next topic. A lot of them. I've been thinking. I was just like, I've been seeing hella people post, and it's another division. This is a distraction, and part of me didn't want to talk about it, but I just like fuck it. Let's go there anyway. The whole Keke Palmer Usher shit. She did the little video shit with Usher now, and
She's
then
out of pocket.
her baby daddy said some shit where he's leaving now, and all this bullshit. Because what I hate is a lot of us, and I'm gonna include myself in this, us niggas, we care about shit that don't mean shit, that don't make sense, and you pay more attention to shit that don't matter than the shit that do matter.
Exactly.
And everybody got their fucking opinion about somebody's relationship that don't got shit to do with them. What they got going on and they dysfunctionalism ain't got shit to do with y'all, but a lot of y'all sit here and pick sides and choose shit when y'all accept and do some bullshit. And I'm keeping it a buck right now. And I'm somebody gonna holler because hit dogs holler.
I mean, celebrity thing is a big thing. You know,
Who gives a
our
fuck?
grandparents and stuff like that couldn't wait for Jet magazine every week. You know what I'm saying?
I just
Oh,
want to see
yeah,
the
yeah,
beauty of the
Jet
week, and I wanted to
magazine,
see
yeah.
the motherfucking.
But it was the equivalent
It had-
of the
it had
shade
the ladies
room.
in
top 10.
The baby
It was
sit-
the equivalent of the shade room. But you know, we do get caught up in a lot of celebrities. Like for instance, when Errol Spence lost the other day,
Yeah.
man, I was sick for damn near a week. You'd have thought my homie lost. I mean, I was sick over the shit.
Right.
Mad at a couple niggas I know was cracking jokes and putting up memes, and I was having to fight myself just saying, "Oh, nigga,
That's
you
different.
still a sucker, nigga. You still a loser, nigga. You ain't no type of champion in your real life, nigga.
See,
You ain't
was
no
taking it
champion.
personal.
You ain't no champion
Errol
in
Spence
what
will
you
walk
choose
by
to do
you.
in life."
Errol Spence would walk by you and not say, "Hey, that's Pharaoh."
No, actually, if he did see me, he would be like, "What's up, P?"
Okay.
But yeah, you know, but I'm just saying, you'd have thought he was my real everyday homie. I was so upset when he lost.
I get to being upset, but I
You
think,
know what
I
I'm
think,
talking about Kiki.
yeah, we back to Kiki.
But I'm just
dude.
saying, though, is that there's people
Errol got
out
his
here that's
ass whooped
huge
already.
fans of. See, there go that bullshit. It's,
No, I fucks with Errol.
Okay. But there's people out
I
here that's
understand how.
fans
I
of
understand
Kiki.
why he lost, though.
But there's people
But
out
I
here
want to
who
get back to
fans.
this shit.
But it's like you're saying, there's some
How
people
you feel about
like I
Kiki?
could think
Oh,
somebody's
sorry.
silly about how they feel about Kiki, and I'm just using an example though. But when Errol lost, that's something that was important to me. I was sick as fuck, so I can't be mad at somebody that's mad over
Fuck that.
Kiki. It's people that's mad about Jay-Z cheating on
Give
Beyonce.
a fuck. Motherfuckers get cheated on with niggas working at Walmart.
How
I'm
you
just
feel about
saying.
her divorce and the husband
They ain't even
wants
married.
to? Well, their separation.
So
He
they
wants
ain't-
to, that's
Here's the thing.
mm,
I'm gonna ask y'all all this question.
You talking about him wanting to take her money?
take the baby.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'ma
talk
tell-
down on her
I'm gonna ask y'all this.
because she
That-
publicly
Go
clowned.
ahead.
No, the problem was they was never equally yoked.
They-
And
thank
he
you.
Just,
That-
he
that-
couldn't handle that.
Thank you. See, that's
Yeah.
it's my motherfucker right here. Exactly
Wow.
what I was gonna go into.
I
Like
think
I
he's
said,
being
I
a
don't
bitch
give
right
two
now.
shits about celebrity relationships, but
Publicly
I'm a
clown me.
realist.
I'm gonna
The
have both
thing
my
is-
feet on your neck like this doing the river
I
dance.
heard me say this from the
She
beginning.
didn't do nothing.
Dude
that
should have.
wrong.
Dude had got a gift horse.
I would have yoked her up.
So he could have been player about it, or he could have been went out weak about it. But you got to be built for this shit.
Right, he was mama's boy though. He didn't really.
Sorry.
He wasn't built for this.
Let my woman be on stage with Usher, Kiki in and half naked. When she come home, she gonna think we got
The
robbed.
same
Cause there ain't gonna be shit in that motherfucking house when she get back.
But you,
I think he probably seen.
Hey, but
seen
you know
the
the
video
way
they
the way I
dropped.
see this is like this. If two people is together, right, and they both is in the entertaining industry,
Mm-hmm.
they supposed to already accept it's gonna be sex involved. It's gonna be
I'm a
all kind
Sagittarius.
of
I come with
different
fans.
stuff. You know, so if you say that y'all married,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you an actor and you an actress, okay, you
You
have
have
to
to
go
say
have sex with what's his name, Terrence
do a
Howard,
sex scene?
huh?
You mean the sex scene?
Right.
You
Yeah.
have sex, you mean the sex scene.
Yeah, just like
Sometimes people have sex on sex scene.
yeah, just like y'all remember Empire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Lucius Lyon's girl was really married to dude.
The son.
I ain't
Yeah,
watched
so
that. I
this-
ain't watched that shit when it did. Never mind.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Look
I
how
get what you're
Lucius
saying.
was tearing that ass up. Dude had to accept that because that's part of the game.
Right. That's
So-
why the acting.
Yeah.
But if you out here
This
in a
ain't
restaurant and doing
This
some
ain't
shit like
This
that,
ain't-
and you all up underneath the next nigga, man, I'm gonna tell you, cause you can be loyal in this game. Cause like I saw Beyonce, right?
Right.
And I was like, "What's up with it?" And she was kind of like, "I'm married to this nigga Jay-Z, so they ain't necessarily gotta."
This nigga's opinion is solely his.
I'm just saying.
But
Yeah.
let me ask y'all this,
What's
and
up?
answer this. I'm gonna ask you. Oh, I need you to answer this. Your spouse, it didn't break this time. You good?
Damn it.
Nah,
I'm
you
not
good.
worried about the glass.
I know
In
it's
it.
alcohol
Got me
abuse.
stressed
Well, it's a
out.
little bit left.
Oh,
No.
snap.
Yeah,
So
you got a cone in there.
here's the thing.
We on
Here's
camera
the, here's
now,
the
right?
question. Here's the question. I need y'all to answer this for me before we go out. You're the light skinned dude. And this is you light skinned dudes, you niggas took the L on this one. I'm sorry. But how do you respond?
To what?
To the
How do you
usher
react to
or-
that shit? Yeah, from the beginning. How do you respond? I just want to know that.
You don't. You
All,
choke
jo-
her
all
at
jokes,
the house.
all
Okay,
jokes to the
no,
side.
you supposed
I'm
to.
gonna go one at a time. How would you respond to that shit from the beginning?
I mean, you already know the game, so you don't respond at all. There's no responding because that's the game. You choose to play this game, okay? You choose to be entertaining. You choose to do all of these things. So if your girl is out doing whatever she's doing, see what I'm saying? As long as she keep her body clean and don't be bringing none of that outside shit to the house, we good. She might even start liking them. I don't care. Cause see, when you care, that's when your emotional feelings run away with your heart. And when your emotional feelings run away with your heart, that's when you go crazy. And you be off balance. You can't function. You know. So a man cannot control a woman. So when a woman want to do something, let her do it. Long as she do what you want her to do, and she's there when you want her to be there, it don't matter. You see what I'm saying?
You niggas will get that at 3 in the morning.
No, that's real talk, man. I'm
That's
shooting
real
some real player game.
I get it.
Don't you're supposed to care about her well-being, but don't give a damn about what she do, cause you can't stop it. So you spending 2 or 3 hours tripping off of how to stop it. That's $400-500 you done miss, cause you sitting up here tripping off of her. You see what I'm saying? So don't trip off of her. Get that understanding, and everything will be pieces of cream, baby. Because you got to get your side piece on. You see what I'm saying? Because if you don't get your side piece on, then you be a lonely bastard. You can't be no lonely bastard.
Your side piece on.
Yeah, you got to get the side piece on, man. Because if you get the side piece on, you won't have time for distraction of well, damn, what is she doing? Damn, she kissed that nigga like she ain't never kissed me before. See, you get to tripping like that.
Okay, Tip.
Can you repeat that question, please?
So, if your spouse, person you dealing with, was Kiki, so it's whoever, we'll use Beyonce. I don't want to be hyped. But for me, I'm a fan out on Ashanti. So, I'll get to that when it's my turn. But how would you react if the roles were reversed and you were the spouse?
I was a spouse and I seen.
Or you was the BM because he's a baby daddy. He's the husband.
Right.
Okay.
So your kid's father, who's famous,
Okay.
you know, is fanning out over some celebrity chick at their show.
What would I do or how would I feel?
What would your response be?
Honestly, I'm wired kind of different.
I know.
So
Give it to him. Give him the ism. That's why I asked the question.
No, I'm wired kind of different. So it wouldn't necessarily ruffle my feathers unless he was up there like literally making an ass of himself. You know, I mean, if he's a man, he ain't gay, so he gonna like what he see. You know, there's certain boundaries I have, but that in particular would not have bothered me.
Pete?
Call me weird, but
I think I
yeah.
kind of agree with Tiffany on the aspect, as long as he ain't up there making an ass out of himself.
yeah.
But my thing is that it depends on the nature of our relationship. If
Right.
she's in a certain lane where she kind of got to go get it, got to be, like that, then baby, go on do what you do, right? But if she's not in a certain lane and she just out there, her and her square partners, I'm gonna take it as disrespect. And once I take it as disrespect, I might develop a resentment. If I develop a resentment, then it's gonna be hell on earth for her. she might as well not even come on back home because my levels of get back and pettiness and resentment will be otherworldly.
Okay.
So it just really depend on where she at in life.
Okay.
And I would make my decision accordingly. Like I said, if she got to go get it, then bitch, you better get in this face and grin and bring back 2 Birkin bags.
Right.
Okay.
Because I'm going to take one and sell one. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, though, but if you a secretary, you know, if you're a secretary at Kaiser, it's why you all on stage dancing. With your little dumbass friends cackling. Nah, fuck all that.
Fuck all that. I mean, I get it, and I feel you, and I agree with y'all. And I'll say this: him being the minor figure in this, and people gonna do what they want to do regardless.
Exactly.
So he had a choice to be player about it. He got in his feelings about it, which he fucked up. You can go cry in the car.
Wasn't no player at least I don't think so.
I don't know the man.
He was he's mama's boy. He likes
and I understand that. So
hang out with his mom on the weekends. Like,
and not to be I'm gonna say this, and this is not a Team Kiki statement. This is looking at the industry from where I sit, knowing if your name ain't buzzing, you need to do something to make your name buzz. Yeah. All this shit got what? People talking about it, which like I told you, I personally don't give a fuck about celebrity relationships and shit, but I was like, fuck it, let's talk about it tonight. Because because this is what everybody does.
Right.
They buzzing. So now it's he does his response, man, if you was a good mom, woo woo woo. Now everybody concerned, oh, see, it's some what the fuck? Because everybody worried about shit that don't fucking matter. They don't add to your fucking portfolio. They don't add to the dollars in your pocket. They don't add to shit. It's chicken today, feathers tomorrow.
The way it does.
The people who do the clickbait who get paid for the views and all that, yeah, I get all that.
No.
I get it, but no, let me finish.
In a way it does. In a way it does add to your life.
But I get it. That people who worry too much about people who don't give a fuck about them. Like Facebook likes and crypto. Motherfuckers who wishing on a star. Them motherfuckers. But for real though, the point is, people worried about shit that don't matter. Dude should have kept it player.
Exactly.
Because he was in a lesser than position.
Mm-hmm.
Just calling it even.
Mm-hmm.
All the extra shit, clickbait, and everybody commenting, clicking on it, and all this opinions and all this shit is really just shows the reason why cars be getting bipped a lot, because people pay attention to stupid shit. When you still got motherfucking kids eating lead paint and chewing crayons and think 4 + 4 is Jello.
But let me tell you though something though. As a cat who done went,
That's
as a cat,
it don't matter.
As a cat who done macked his way across America, as a cat who has studied psychology and certain things like that, you do have to. Because let me tell you something. Anybody who tells you got to be relentless on the grind and you got to be about the grind 24/7 is either selling you a dream, to give you some dumb shit, or they just blowing smoke. If you study psychology and stuff like that, if you really on your knot, if you really about your grind, you really have to, from time to time, shut your brain down with mindless distractions.
Mm-hmm.
You really got to reset your brain. Now, you can't let it become your master.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? But what's happening with Bill Cosby or what's happening with R. Kelly? No.
Yeah,
You really do need to, from time to time, reset your brain and distract yourself. That's why even the best CEOs who work 14 hours a day, this and that, will then go to the Mediterranean for 2-3 weeks and play soccer with the locals. You gotta have, or they play with, or you see rich dudes who got a train set, and you be like, a train set? This 50-year-old man got a toy train, but you gotta have. You gotta have distractions. So what's going on with Kiki and all them? You go in the shade room, you go on Instagram, and you do all that type of stuff, right? And then you get back to your grind. But if you don't do that type of stuff, if you try to call yourself some type of relentless grinder who don't got no mindless distractions, you'll get burnt out. You'll get burnt out. You'll start making mistakes. If you're out there in the streets, you're going to go to the penitentiary. If you're working on a job, you're going to hit a glass ceiling, or you're going to be so unbearable that people are going to pass you up for opportunities.
Wow.
You got to have a reset.
Okay.
You gotta have mindless distractions. You gotta have that.
You know what
Go
happened
ahead.
with him? I was thinking too, because remember, we all know Kiki as being, actress and from a little girl. And she's just like the girl next door, like a Huxtable or something. And so she ended up, but we all love her. And then she ended up getting with a guy who was kind of like, like how she was growing up. And she had that baby. She busted it open and had that baby, and her womanhood started coming out. If you notice her, if you pay attention, like now she looks a lot.
Here go the thing. Kiki's image was actually marketing.
Right.
Kiki's from Harvey, Illinois. That shit is 100%. Anything out here that we call hood is a suburb compared to where Kiki is really from. She just had that Disney marketing.
Right. Okay.
She wasn't really a girl from around the way. She's actually from some of the most gutter shit in Illinois.
Right, but
and dude was from the suburbs. So like you said, they really were, her image was a princess, but she really not.
At the end of the day.
So dude was probably expecting Kiki but the real Kiki is the type of bitch that will tell a nigga, I'm bringing in the money.
Right. No, but what we see,
see that type.
The dynamics changed when she got on stage and had to see through because he wasn't used to that.
Right.
He wasn't
prepared. But see, when we always talk about avatars, he must have been dealing with her avatar. But the real Kiki is off the turf, just happened to have a knack for that acting. But the real Kiki and her whole family and where she from is from Harvey, Illinois, and that shit is gutter. That's where she really from.
Have you seen the movie Pimp she was in?
Yeah.
That might be actually closer to her actual personality than Akilah and the Bee.
Okay.
Right. She carries herself well in public. I don't think she did too much at all.
At the end of the day, what I want to impress to you people, to the world, I'm not just going to say America with 3 Ks, to the world, because the internet is forever. Be mindful of, I get what you're saying, you need these type of distractions, but you need peace. The shit you allow to clog your arteries and your mental, regardless of what it is, affects your subconscious. So shit that don't matter, like this shit, I gave it a platform because for the sake of having a platform for a millisecond. This shit don't matter. At the end of the day, he nutted in her, they got a kid, and what they fucking do is gonna be what the fuck they do. It's not gonna be shit to move your life left or right, and if y'all giving this shit more energy than it takes to get one off, you're spending too much time worrying about people who don't give a fuck about you. And you'll get that at 3 in the morning.
Exactly.
That was my point. And it's the only reason I wanted to talk about that shit.
3 in the morning now.
At the end of the day, tell everybody where they can find y'all and what y'all got going on.
I'm Slim P. You can catch me on Facebook. I'm on Twitter and stuff like that. But you can go to Amazon. I got 3 or 4 books up there. You type in Clifford Slim P. Jones, Amazon.com. Fabulous books gonna pop up for you. And like I said earlier, my man Pharaoh, he influenced me into writing movies. And I believe that this movie that I'm writing is called Forced to the Streets, The Bag. It's going to be very successful.
Okay.
And I thank Pharaoh again for influence.
Yeah. Hey, and any of y'all that don't want the CEO all in the video, don't come to Pharaoh Films. Because I'm going to be all everything. Because I'm going to be all up in the video. Dancing.
Tiffology. What's up, shit? You ain't been here in a minute, man. What's up?
I know. I've been
You've been busy, I get it.
traveling the universe.
I had to lie to her this time. I told her we had chicken down here for her. That's why she keep looking around. She looking for the chicken. Thinking it's tucked somewhere.
You looking around, but you don't smell nothing.
I don't smell nothing.
You don't smell nothing. What kind of chicken they got up?
Chef, tell them where they can find you.
They can find in your dreams.
That's
See, she sound just like River. And you can find me in your bitch dream. You're giving her deep dip.
What?
I'm saying where they can find me at. But go ahead. All in your chick jeans, nigga. I'm there. Like Freddy Krueger, nigga. Freddy Doer. No, go ahead.
I mean, Tiffology, all across the board, wherever. Tiffology. If you know what I look like, you can find
Tiffology,
me.
man.
Mm-hmm.
P.
Hey, you can find me at Feral Films, Snapchat, Instagram, everything, man. You know what I'm saying?
Feral Films. And me, you can find me at Bible study on Wednesdays.
You lying?
Altar Boy on
Oh,
Thursdays.
no, man.
I do youth group on Fridays.
Strip club on what nights?
You can find me in your bitch dreams every day they end in Y. Why? Because I'm there, bitch. No, I'm just playing. I'm just joking, but nah, for real, this is Deshaun. You can find me at Cognac _
More
Confessionals
ratchet than I like to believe.
on YouTube, Facebook. Like and subscribe. Run them numbers up. We trying to, we sitting here every week. And if you'd like to be a guest on Cognac Confessionals, reach out. Shout out to my man Camouflage tuning in, my little brother Duck. Everybody that tuned in, appreciate you as always. You can find us here because we like air. We everywhere, everywhere, like oxygen. Fucking breathe. You need us. We there. Tune in next week. You never know who will be on. Because we be trying to move. We trying to make shit happen. But like I said, if you want to be a guest, you think you got something moving, you artist, comedian, sports, anything. If you got something going on positive, because we don't promote bullshit, reach out to us and let's make it happen, because I'm all about promoting us and having real conversations with real people. I appreciate you all, because like I said, it's a Friday and you can do anything in the world, but you choose to sit here and tune in to your boy. So you can find me where I'm at. Remember we say, where you gonna be? I'm gonna be where I'm at. That's where the fuck I'm gonna be. So as usual, now it's time to say goodbye to all my Negro friends. Hey, I'll catch y'all next week. And if I see you first, I turn